Ever wondered how John D. Rockefeller, a name synonymous with wealth, amassed his fortune? Well, let's dive right into it. John D. Rockefeller, a man who came to symbolize the pure essence of rags to riches, was America's first billionaire. To grasp the magnitude of his wealth, let's put it into today's perspective. If we were to adjust his net worth for inflation, it would surpass a staggering $340 billion. Yes, you heard that right, $340 billion. That's more than the combined wealth of today's richest people, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. Unbelievable, right? But how did a man, born to a modest family in the mid-19th century, come to accumulate such an immense fortune? To understand the scale of his wealth, we need to delve into his life story. John D. Rockefeller's journey to becoming a billionaire didn't start in a mansion, but in a simple home in Richford, New York. Born in the summer of 1839, he was the second of 6 children in a family that could be best described as financially modest. His father, William Avery Rockefeller, was a peddler and a con artist, often absent from home, leaving his mother, Eliza Davison Rockefeller, to shoulder the responsibility of raising the family. Rockefeller's childhood was not one of leisure or luxury. It was instead filled with hard work and the harsh lessons of survival. His mother, a devout Baptist, instilled in him a strong sense of discipline, thrift, and religious piety. These lessons from his early life would later become the cornerstone of his approach to business and wealth. Even as a young boy, Rockefeller showed signs of a keen business acumen. At the tender age of 12, he loaned a farmer $50, money he had saved from doing odd jobs. He charged the farmer 7% interest, inkling his first taste of the power of investment. When he was 16, Rockefeller took his first formal job as a bookkeeper. For a young man with limited education, this was no small feat. He embraced this role with a passion, demonstrating an extraordinary attention to detail and a natural talent for numbers. His meticulous nature would later become a defining trait of his business strategy. In these early years, Rockefeller nurtured a dream to become a successful businessman. His early experiences, his family struggles, his mother's teachings, and his first job all played a crucial role in shaping the man who would one day become a titan of industry. The boy from Richford, New York, who counted pennies and kept meticulous accounts, was on a path to unimaginable wealth. Little did he know, his knack for numbers would pave the way to an empire. In a time when oil was becoming the lifeblood of industry, Rockefeller saw an opportunity. The year was 1863, and the wheels of progress were in constant motion, powered by the black gold that was oil. John D. Rockefeller, a man of humble beginnings, decided to dip his toes into this burgeoning industry. He partnered with a company named Andrews, Clark and Company, a venture that would prove to be more than just a business deal. It was the first step on a journey that would transform not only Rockefeller's life, but also the landscape of American industry. Andrews, Clark and Company was a refinery, one among many in the Cleveland area. But what set it apart was the presence of Rockefeller, a man with an uncanny knack for business and a vision for the future. His partnership with the company was short-lived, however. In less than a decade, he bought out his partners and established a new entity. The year was 1870, and out of the ashes of Andrews, Clark and Company rose a phoenix, a company that would change the face of the oil industry. Its name was Standard Oil. Standard Oil was not just another oil company. It was a testament to Rockefeller's business acumen and strategic foresight. He saw beyond the immediate profits of the oil boom. He envisioned a future where oil was not just a commodity, but a necessity, a future where Standard Oil held the reins. Rockefeller's strategy was simple yet effective. He built up a network of pipelines and refineries, creating a system that could control every aspect of the oil industry, from extraction to distribution. This vertical integration allowed Standard Oil to control the market, setting prices and pushing out competition. Rockefeller was not just building a company, he was building an empire that was not built on chance or luck, but on strategic decisions and calculated risks. His business acumen and his ability to see the bigger picture set Standard Oil on a path to dominance. In the world of oil, Rockefeller was not just a player, he was the game. Rockefeller's business acumen and strategic decisions set Standard Oil on a path to dominance. Standard Oil didn't just grow, it swallowed competition, creating a near monopoly in the oil business. John D. Rockefeller was a shrewd businessman, his strategies both aggressive and innovative. He didn't just build an empire, he crafted it, molding it into a titan of industry that would overshadow all others. Rockefeller's strategy was simple but effective: grow and dominate. He acquired rivals, not through hostile takeovers, but by offering them a stake in his ever-growing empire. He'd approach these companies, often struggling to compete in the volatile market, with an offer they couldn't refuse: join Standard Oil, share in its success, or be left behind. But it wasn't just about acquisition. Rockefeller understood the importance of controlling every aspect of the business. From the oil wells to the refineries, from the barrel-making factories to the distribution networks, everything was part of the Standard Oil empire. This vertical integration not only allowed for greater control but also led to significant cost savings, making Standard Oil more competitive and more profitable. Yet the dominance of Standard Oil didn't come without controversy. Critics argued that it was a monopoly that stifled competition. They claimed that Rockefeller's empire was too powerful, that it controlled too much of the market. But Rockefeller saw it differently. He believed he was bringing stability to an unstable industry, that he was protecting jobs and ensuring the steady supply of affordable oil to consumers. The growth of Standard Oil was nothing short of phenomenal. In less than 2 decades, it went from a single refinery in Cleveland to control over 90% of the U.S. oil market. It was a powerhouse, a behemoth that dwarfed its competitors. And at the helm of this empire was John D. Rockefeller, a man who started with nothing more than a dream and an unyielding determination to succeed. By the 1880s, Rockefeller had become the king of the oil industry. His empire was vast, his influence unparalleled. He didn't just build a business, he shaped an industry, forever changing the landscape of American capitalism. In the midst of the Industrial Revolution, Rockefeller's wealth skyrocketed. The man who once peddled candies and turkeys was now an icon of the economic world. By the year 1916, John D. Rockefeller reached a milestone that no one before him had achieved. He became America's first billionaire. The sheer magnitude of this wealth is difficult to comprehend. To put it into perspective, if we adjust for inflation, Rockefeller's fortune today would be worth over $400 billion, surpassing even the wealthiest individuals of our time. But it was not just the accumulation of wealth that defined Rockefeller. It was what he did with it that set him apart. Rockefeller believed firmly in the power of education and the advancement of scientific research. He used his immense wealth to fuel these causes. In 1890, he founded the University of Chicago, a world-class institution that has since produced over 90 Nobel laureates. But his philanthropy didn't stop there. In 1913, he established the Rockefeller Foundation with an initial donation of $100 million. The foundation was dedicated to promoting the well-being of humanity throughout the world. It funded groundbreaking research in medicine, supported education, and tackled social issues. Its work has had a profound impact on our world, from eradicating hookworm in the American South to aiding in the discovery of a vaccine for yellow fever. Despite controversies, accusations of monopolistic practices, and the eventual breakup of Standard Oil, Rockefeller's legacy is undeniable. His journey from humble beginnings to becoming a billionaire is a testament to his business acumen, strategic planning, and above all, his relentless drive. His philanthropic endeavors continue to shape our world, demonstrating that wealth, when used wisely, can be a powerful tool for good. So, the life of John D. Rockefeller is more than just a tale of wealth. It's a narrative of determination, astute business acumen, and unyielding perseverance. From his humble beginnings in a modest home in Richford, New York, Rockefeller's journey to becoming the world's first billionaire is a testament to the power of ambition and resilience. His venture into the oil industry was not just a lucrative enterprise, it was a transformative force that revolutionized the American economy. Rockefeller's Standard Oil, despite its controversial practices, set the stage for the modern petroleum industry, altering the landscape of business and commerce. But the impact of his wealth didn't stop at the oil fields. Through his philanthropic endeavors, he channeled his immense fortune to improve public health, education, and scientific research, leaving an indelible mark on society. John D. Rockefeller, a man from a simple home in Richford, New York, carved a path that shaped the oil industry, philanthropy, and the very concept of wealth in America.